How's it going, YouTube? I know it's been a while since my last post back in Florida. Just thought I'd check in and give y'all a little update. I've actually moved a couple of times since then. I was living in Valdosta. I now have my CDL and I'm a truck driver. I am actually here in a truck stop. See all the trucks and some buses. I'm sitting here for a couple of days just so I can get my time back up so I can actually move again. Yeah, I got my CDL and right now I currently live in Tennessee. I live in Mount Pleasant and planning on sticking around with this company that I'm with for a while. I might want to buy my own truck. Yeah, that's about it. I'll probably think of something later on to talk about. I'm just trying to get back into this whole video vlogging thing. I've had some recent inspiration. The Adventures of Zach and B, one of my favorite channels, they've actually got me very intrigued into the wanting to record things, and I just want to do like a day in the life of probably once a month or so, maybe every other week, just to show you my side of life and just to kind of put it out there, and maybe someone will be interested. But I like the whole aspect of being able to actually see someone's life and see how they live and just their daily functions, and I just thought I'd do that to show what I do for a living. It may seem boring to some, but it's what I wanted to do since I was a kid. I did it when I was in the Marines. I got to travel and drive big trucks. I lived in Japan for 3 years. I went to Australia twice. I went to Guam twice. Went to South Korea. I drove a tractor trailer fuel tank. And when I got back to the States, I got my CDL, and I still get to do what I love. I drive big semi trucks and I get to travel all over the country. I've probably switched jobs maybe 3 or 4 times, but all the companies I've worked for, they've been great. I'm not really going to go into the whole pay thing, because it really depends on who you work for. It really does. I'm working with a small company right now out of Etheridge, Tennessee. I work there because it's close to home, and that's more what I wanted. I wanted to be local to where I lived. That way I don't have to drive so far, or if I had to go get maintenance done on the truck, it's not going to keep me out over a weekend. But yeah, that's something I've wanted to do since I was a kid, and it has its days. I will admit there's days where, you're dealing with traffic, you're dealing with construction, going through big cities. There's always some sort of problem. Adverse weather conditions, whether it be rain or snow or just all out crappy weather. It's never boring, I'll tell you that much. There's always something interesting, and I like it because I tend to be kind of scatterbrained some days, and when I have a lot of things to focus on, it actually kind of helps me to focus on something, because during the day there's a whole list of things that could happen. Anything could happen at any moment. You need to be prepared for, say, someone cutting you off, getting on a ramp, not going the speed limit, or the potential of an accident is always likely. And it's just being able to focus on a lot of things in the day kind of helps me stay focused on just the day in general. And as having a lot to focus on keeps me from I won't say not thinking bad thoughts, but it just keeps my mind occupied. There's a few things that I deal with on a daily basis, and not to sound like I push them to the back burner, but it's just I don't have the time to deal with it. Or I don't have a way to deal with it, really. Like, there's so many questions I want to ask a lot of people, but those people have unfortunately passed away, and so there's like a lack of closure is what's killing me on that one. I can't get the answers I want, and those things drive me absolutely crazy. The people I'm staying with now, me and my old co-driver from another company, we work for the same company now, and I'm living with them until he and I can find our own place, or until I can get my own house and be stable up there. But that's the plan, and yeah, that's it. I'll check back in with you later, YouTube.